Welcome to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoy the show, which features immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Welcome to Ask the Lawyer, your premier Jamaican radio show dedicated to unraveling the complexities of the U.S. immigration system. Hosted by me, Ashley Dawkins, a proud Jamaican national, alongside esteemed New York-based immigration attorney Brian Figueroa, who brings over a quarter century of specialized experience. Together, we explore the benevolent aspects of America's immigration laws. Tune in to Ask the Lawyer for insightful guidance through the intricate world of immigration.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, visit the law firm of Figueroa and Associates website at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. President Barack Obama took office in 2008, and I had the privilege of meeting President Barack Obama in 2007, along with the mighty Sparrow, Calypso King of the World, myself, my brothers, and my good friends from Jamaica and TNT. We met with President Barack Obama at the Brooklyn Marriott. There was a huge turnout. We met with the president before he made his presentation that day. And part of his presentation, he said that immigration is not going to be a football in his administration, that we need comprehensive immigration reform, and we need to help many immigrants in this country that are not only married to U.S. citizens and cannot legalize themselves, but also to help those children in the U.S. also undocumented under the DACA program. President Barack Obama made his speech, and standing next to him at the Brooklyn Marriott, it was a earth-shaking moment for me. Why? Because practicing law in New York City for almost 3 decades, one of our main areas of law that we represent, Caribbean immigrants, African immigrants, and other immigrants in the U.S., Brooklyn, New York, and Brooklyn has the largest Caribbean population in the United States. It was, I cried, yes. Why did I have to cry? All those big tears from a 6'4", handsome attorney from the Caribbean, a tough guy. Don't mess with me, because, hey, I represent my clients with all the knowledge and love that you need to give your clients. Yes, immigrants have been abused and in this country, especially by the Republicans. KKK, Russian Trump was one of the worst. And if he becomes the president of the United States of America, it's all over, so to speak. President Biden recently decided to extend President Barack Obama's executive order giving provisional waivers to people who are married to U.S. citizens to actually get their green cards by making a trip to their home country. Unfortunately, many immigrants, even though they qualify to get their green card in their home countries, they are still scared. What are they scared of? Being separated from their family, and they do not want to take the chance that they are not approved, even though we gave them guarantees, obviously, that there is not going to be a problem unless they didn't disclose any crimes or other issues that would make them inadmissible. President Biden is allowing people under this criteria to what we call parole in place into the U.S., meaning they don't have to make that trip anymore. They could get that green card right here in the United States of America. It saves these immigrants not only the time and money and the stress of leaving the country, but it also accelerates their path to legalization. President Biden also offers relief to people who are enrolled in DACA, and we are talking a couple million young people that came to the U.S. unattended that qualify for this program, DACA, Deferred Action for Minors. So there are two groups, spouses of U.S. citizens and people who are in that DACA category, youths at the time, but older people now. This executive order obviously is timely. President Biden is running for election, and many people are dissatisfied of the lack of progress that the Democrats, the Biden administration, has done during the last 4 years. This is great news. This is fantastic news. There's a lot of details that concern this new law, and we ask you to visit our website, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, at www.askthelawyer.us, so that you could get more details. There's going to be an article dealing with all the new provisions. There's going to be an audio of the article so you could listen and read at your convenience. You could also schedule a consultation for yourself or a family member in the United States or anywhere in the world. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, for this executive order, the details of it, whether it be for you or your family here in the United States of America, direct them to our website, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. This executive order will benefit many immigrants that are married to U.S. citizens. There are certain requirements, and we need the word to get out. Additionally, our publication, the Immigrants Journal, a publication that we started in 1998, it's over a quarter century. That publication, under the editor's advisement, is endorsing President Biden and Kamala Harris for, obviously, to be re-elected to Congress. Ms. Pearl Phillip and her team made that decision. Also, our other publications, Caribbean American Weekly, Workers' World Today, and New Black Voices will also endorse the Biden team. Why? Because KKK Russian Trump is a threat to democracy, is a threat to immigrants, is a threat to people of color, and also is a threat to white folks that believe in law and order. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figueroa and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, and your presenter with this week's immigration news. Breaking news: Biden's immigration policy to shield undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens from deportation. Tuesday, June 18, Biden's new immigration policy, set to be unveiled at a White House event, brings a much-needed ray of hope to the lives of undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens. The policy aims to shield them from deportation, allowing them to work as they pursue permanent legal residency. This initiative which President Biden will introduce during a forthcoming immigration event, offers a lifeline to eligible individuals and their children, enabling them to apply for permanent resident status without leaving the U.S., provided they meet specific criteria. To qualify for the new immigration policy, immigrants must have lived continuously in the United States for at least 10 years as of June 17, 2024, and must be legally married to a U.S. citizen by that date. Additionally, they must not have been granted parole and must not pose a threat to public safety or national security. On average, eligible individuals have resided in the U.S. for approximately 23 years, according to officials familiar with the program who spoke anonymously. Many immigrants seeking legal status must leave the U.S. for processing, a procedure that often spans several years. The new rule permits them to remain in the U.S. and work for up to 3 years as they pursue permanent residency. Officials estimate that the program will protect roughly 500,000 spouses of U.S. citizens from deportation and authorize them to work. Additionally, it will extend protections to around 50,000 individuals under 21 who are children of immigrants married to U.S. citizens. Eligible participants will have a 3-year window to apply for permanent residency. Proponents of the policy argue that it will not only bolster the economy but also foster family unity. By allowing families to stay together during the often lengthy process of obtaining legal status, this initiative underscores Biden's commitment to immigration reform. It's a significant step towards a more just and inclusive society, addressing the needs of those who have long been waiting for a chance to secure their legal status. In addition to the protections for spouses, Biden's announcement coincides with the 12th anniversary of the DACA program, which shields young adults brought to the U.S. as children from deportation. The administration's new rules also aim to streamline the process for DACA recipients and other dreamers with higher education degrees and job offers from U.S. employers. This not only facilitates their ability to contribute their skills to the American workforce, but also paints a promising picture of a diverse and thriving future for the country. The new immigration policy, in conjunction with the DACA program, will have a tremendous impact in the lives of immigrants, preventing unwarranted delays and financial hardship. The move comes amid Biden's re-election campaign and heightened scrutiny over his administration's handling of immigration issues, including increased border crossings and recent executive orders aimed at regulating entry without legal permission during periods of heightened migrant arrivals. Despite these challenges, Biden's decision marks a significant step in addressing long-standing concerns about the legal status of immigrants in the U.S., particularly those closely tied to citizens through marriage. We praise President Biden for his efforts to keep families together. Legal guidance: are you the spouse of a U.S. citizen who entered the United States illegally or without inspection and want to adjust your status? For more information on Biden's executive order, please contact the law firm of Figeroux and Associates at 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Welcome back. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions, we've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. The United States of America, all 50 states. We have many immigrants coming across the border, obviously seeking asylum. Over 7,000 people from China. Over 100,000 from Latin America. And thousands from Africa. Most immigrants don't make that trip. In fact, most come here with a visitor's visa and other types of visa. That's the B1, B2, or the student visa, the F visas. And then, while in the U.S., they decide to stay here. Anytime you come to the U.S. and you overstay your time by 6 months, if you leave the U.S., you're subject to a 3-year bar. If you overstay your time by 1 year and you leave, you're subject to a 10-year bar. So although the U.S. is saying to you, obviously you shouldn't overstay your time in the U.S., once you come and you overstay, they actually don't want you to leave, because who would leave if they are subject to a 3 or 10-year bar and obviously would never be able to get a visa to re-enter the U.S. if they left the U.S. There are many reasons why people want to stay in the U.S. We have people obviously seeking political asylum. Some women, obviously, throughout the Caribbean, Africa, Latin America, are staying here because they are avoiding domestic violence. Women's rights and other rights is well protected in the U.S. Most people obviously seek employment, and they believe that even working, as we say here, off the books, unknown to immigration or unknown to the various, employment agencies and other monitoring agencies here, those people working off the books, as I said, there's a high demand for those workers also. Why? Because there's a huge labor shortage in the U.S. and because both the Democrats and Republicans cannot agree on comprehensive immigration reform, the laws vis-a-vis facilitating these businesses and other shortages, those laws have not changed. In fact, the last amnesty that they had in the United States of America was January 1st, 1982. And the last immigration law that was passed that was helpful to immigrants here, which was hopefully trying to solve the labor situation, was December 21st, 2000. So what should one do? Well, anyone who wants to immigrate to the United States, they should plan. You could either consult with an attorney, a law firm like ours, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, before you come here to get the necessary advice that you need, or while in the U.S., you could call our office also. Many times, for whatever reasons, people trust their relatives, they trust, as we call them in the United States, notaries, people who didn't go to law school but practice immigration law illegally, and the advice that they get is obviously not always the best advice. As a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association since 1998, that's 25 years membership to that organization, and practicing immigration law, whether it be deportation defenses, helping people get their political asylum, cancellation of removal for green card, non-green card holders, or petitions for business people, EB-5, E-2, other visas. Our law firm has the type of experience that obviously our clients deserve. So are you planning to come into the U.S. and stay here? Do you want to work in the U.S.? Do you want to visit a relative in the U.S.? Do you have a business and you want to have a branch of your business in the United States of America? These are some of the issues that we could discuss. The number to call, the number to keep for the law firm of Figueroa and Associates is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Our website for the law firm of Figueroa and Associates is www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Welcome to our show.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
Breaking news. The Biden administration, in a humanitarian gesture, has decided to issue an executive order allowing individuals who have entered the United States illegally or without inspection to adjust their status within the country if they are the spouse of a U.S. citizen. This measure aims to prevent unwarranted delays and financial hardship. For more information on Biden's executive order, please contact the law firm of Figueroa and Associates at 855-768-8845 or visit our website at askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation. We praised President Biden for his efforts to keep families together.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Black issues, civil rights issues. We have seen the rights of black people in America, since the civil rights movement go down and down and down and down and down. In 2021, Joe Biden signed into law Juneteenth. Emancipation Day in the Caribbean in TNT is celebrated August 1st every year since 1985. Both Africa and the Caribbean under British rule, that's their Emancipation Day celebration. In America, it's Juneteenth, and that's for obviously historical reasons. But in 2021, it became a public holiday. And obviously, it is an important moment in history. It should be celebrated with joy and with sorrow. And it is a day that used to be celebrated not as a holiday, in New York City for many, many years. And as time passed, it seemed to be less of a celebration. Then it has picked up momentum since it became a federal holiday. And this day, Juneteenth, I wish it was actually a Monday, the week of Juneteenth, for convenience purposes, meaning you could plan a weekend rather than a day. But Juneteenth, again, what it gives us is a day to reflect on the past, reflect on the present, and reflect on the future. When Jews couldn't start their own law firms because of discrimination against Jews, these Jewish firms had 5-year plans, 20-year plans, 50-year plans, and 100-year plans. So Jews, and I loved them, they understood their plight, obviously discriminated against because they are Jews, and we know the whole Nazi concentration camps, that sordid history. But obviously people of color, black people, we say different shades scattered globally, the same goal, meaning, obviously it's a black issue and we come in different shades. We are scattered globally, but we have the same goal of equality both economically and obviously from a humanitarian point of view. And we have to learn from our past and hopefully, bring about different changes for us. And if we take stock, yes, there is progress, but not sufficient. How should we be celebrating this particular day? Or should it be every day that we celebrate Juneteenth in a, intellectual way, in a motivated kind of way as to, okay, how do we help those that didn't make us the kind of success that some has, but most haven't? And there's always a constant theme coming from my law practice, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, and how we address civil rights issues when we talk about the segregated schools, when we talk about a lack of access to capital for starting businesses. So there's a whole range. When we talk about we in New York City, our communities have 3 and 4 the city average of HIV, heart disease, diabetes, yet still our medical system in New York City don't give us 3 and 4 times the resources that we need in our communities to address these issues. So whether it be heart disease, diabetes, resources have to be given. So there's a whole host of issues that still plagues our community, and because of that, our life expectancy as people of color is less than that of obviously white people. They live longer, and they live longer in a prosperous way. So how do you fight that data? How do you access better medical facilities? And diseases like heart disease and diabetes, those are diseases of poverty also. Meaning, you eat more carbohydrates and less proteins, a less balanced diet, depending on your income. So that's the plague of poverty also. And all of these issues we cannot ignore. I have never heard anyone running for the mayorship, running for the city council, running for the state assembly, running for the state senate, running for governor in New York State, and articulate these issues. And what we need to do as a people, or people who love people, whether they're white or whatever color that doesn't suffer from the ravages of discrimination, we have to address these issues. And if we don't put it on the forefront, if we lack knowledge as to what is wrong in our communities, then how can we fix it? So you would think that obviously these issues will be better handled in Africa, the Caribbean, other countries that celebrate Juneteenth, because not Juneteenth, well, Emancipation Day on August 1st, because, you know, they are a more, obviously, black majority communities for the most part. But yet still, obviously, they have those issues because of the history of slavery, the history of how Western Europe exploit those economies. So there are international issues where, you know, economic development is stifled. So you have all these European countries wanting to own all the mineral resources in Africa, but do nothing for it. And we have China doing more for Africa than Western Europe ever did. That is why in 1 year we had President Barack Obama and former President Bush in Africa because of what the Chinese are doing there. And the Chinese are all over the world. But their economic approach is different from America. I was reading an article recently where, you know, they say the U.S. military was given disinformation about the COVID vaccine that they had developed and was using it in the Philippines and other places to, you know, to mess the reputation of that drug. When in fact, under Trump, they was given no drugs to the world, but at least the Chinese had a drug that they was distributing to other Asian countries. So when we read, obviously, we have to understand, you know, that America is still obviously a conqueror. They have conquered more countries, invaded more countries than any country in the world. So bearing this in mind, you know, black issues is not just local to America, local to Kings County. It's an international issue where people of color, for the most part, they are labor being exploited or the resources that they may have being exploited by others. So one of the visions that we have had at the law firm Figaro and Associates is to introduce a celebration starting on Memorial Weekend, working itself into Juneteenth. We don't want to just celebrate one day. We're thinking, okay, can we develop a series of events and celebrating us from an economic, political, and moral perspective? And using that time period, we will bring our brothers and sisters from Africa, the Caribbean, Latin America, to celebrate Juneteenth with us at a particular point in time where it's like an international conference of Juneteenth and Emancipation Day. And as these various celebrations are celebrated, whether in the Caribbean or Africa, we should be visiting those countries and participating in their Emancipation Day and establishing a more global celebration for this particular day, Juneteenth. My name is Brian Figaro of the law firm Figaro and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Now, when you listen to some of the presentations that we make on this program, Ask the Lawyer, you have to understand what is the motivation here. So yes, we talk about law, we talk about the areas of law that we practice in, but one of the foundations for this program came when I attended law school. And Professor Slocum, African-American brother, civil rights leader, Black Panther, actually a Republican, we had many long discussions. And we talked about our people's struggle. He spoke about, obviously, his participation in the civil rights movement. Actually, the law school that I attended, Rutgers University, Newark, New Jersey Law School, he talked about him and his fellow Black Panthers holding hands around the building saying, no one gets into this law school until they accept black men and black women. And, in modern times, we obviously don't appreciate or understand the sacrifices that has been made. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, the list goes on. And out of all of this, Professor Slocum, he was a great lawyer. He had a very analytical mind. And he said to me, Mr. Figueroa, you did property law with me, you're doing civil rights with me. I spoke to you about how you could create wealth and obviously how to address the issues in our community. And what he said to me was simple. He said, when a client comes into the office, they have a problem. They will give you the facts. And you, as the lawyer, you have to come up with the questions and the answers to their problem. So what is the big question where civil rights issues or our modern day issues are? What is the facts surrounded it? What is the question and what is the answer? The answer is supposed to be the solution. How do we solve our problems today? And that mindset is what I have had in my law practice for almost 3 decades now. It is the mindset that I have had with the various publications that we have, launched. It is the mindset for Ask the Lawyer. It's the mindset for the law practice. It is the mindset when I speak and motivate people in our paralegal program or for people who work with the law firm, that we have to be thinkers. We have to do the proper research. We have to do our due diligence. We want the best for our clients and our community. And, Juneteenth is a good time for me to part with my knowledge. You say, parting with knowledge is important. How do you part with knowledge effectively? How do I convince my listeners or my followers or whatever you want to call them? How do you, part with knowledge with your family or as a professor? How do you part with knowledge? One of the courses that I taught at the Africana Studies Department at Brooklyn College was called Blacks and the Law. And when you teach our young people and you motivate them, and I still have a relationship with students from those classes that I taught, how do you, give hope? How do you keep hope alive, as they say, And for Juneteenth, we must understand that we can't just do nothing. We should do something. And hopefully, with all of us doing something rather than nothing, eventually from an evolutionary process, things will get better for us. But we must always remember the core of what we are doing, because the longer we take to get solutions, more of us will die from diseases that we shouldn't be dying from. More of us will be disenfranchised with our dreams, whether it be in a corporate leader, in a racist less corporations or businesses that employ people, or with government. If we don't take this process seriously, humans' lives will be lost, and they continue to be lost at this time. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyers. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Visit our website, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Part of our plans is to have various conferences throughout the Caribbean and Africa. We already have programming in the Caribbean. We will continue to expand. Peace, my brothers and sisters.
Welcome to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates in New York. We hope you enjoy the show, which features immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figueroa & Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
Are you interested in investing in real property, a home, or investment property in New York or other states? Then Equity Smart Realty Inc. can work with you. From potential returns to portfolio diversification, buying international property comes with its perks, but it's also a complex process, and there are tax matters to consider. Equity Smart Realty Inc. can help you purchase real estate in New York. We have the knowledge you need to simplify the process. Ready to discuss your options? Schedule a consultation on this matter. or start a business, or a branch of your business at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us, or call 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845.
Are you happy in your romantic relationship? In the complex dance of love and companionship, many of us grapple with the question, are we truly happy in our romantic relationships? This query strikes at the core of our emotional well-being and fulfillment. Yet despite its importance, some individuals make excuses to stay in relationships that may no longer serve their best interests. Relationships evolve, and what may have once been a source of joy and support can sometimes transform into something less fulfilling. During these moments of transition, individuals may begin to justify staying in a relationship through a series of rationalizations. These justifications can vary widely, from practical concerns to emotional dependencies, each serving as a shield against the difficult reality that the relationship may no longer be healthy or beneficial. The comfort of familiarity. One of the most common justifications for staying in a relationship is the comfort of familiarity. After investing significant time and emotional energy into a partnership, it can be daunting to contemplate starting anew. The thought of navigating life without a familiar companion can evoke uncertainty and loneliness, prompting individuals to cling to the security of what they know, even if it no longer brings them happiness. Fear of being alone. Related to the comfort of familiarity is the fear of being alone. Human beings are inherently social creatures, wired to seek connection and companionship. The prospect of facing life's challenges without a partner can trigger deep-seated anxieties about isolation and abandonment. In response, individuals may convince themselves that any relationship, even unsatisfying, is preferable to the perceived loneliness of singlehood. Social expectations and external pressures. Societal norms and expectations can exert a powerful influence on our decisions regarding relationships. Whether it's pressure from family members, friends, or cultural traditions, individuals may feel compelled to maintain the facade of a happy partnership, even when the reality is far from ideal. The fear of judgment or disapproval can drive people to prioritize appearances over personal happiness, leading to prolonged periods of discontentment. Investment bias. Psychological research has identified a phenomenon known as the sunk cost fallacy, wherein individuals continue to invest in something, in this case a relationship, solely because of the resources already committed, regardless of its diminishing returns. This bias can also manifest in relationships, where individuals justify staying based on the time, effort, and emotional energy invested rather than objectively evaluating whether the relationship still meets their needs. Hope for change. Optimism can be a powerful motivator, even in the face of adversity. In struggling relationships, individuals may convince themselves that things will improve with time, effort, or external changes. This hope for a better future can lead them to endure present dissatisfaction, believing that their partner will change or that circumstances will eventually align in their favor. Self-worth and identity. Personal identity can become intertwined with relationship status, influencing individuals to derive their sense of self-worth from their partnership. In such cases, ending a relationship may feel like a blow to one's identity, prompting individuals to stay to preserve their perceived self-image as part of a couple. The courage to choose happiness. Ultimately, deciding to stay in or leave a relationship is deeply personal and complex. While many valid reasons exist for trying to make a relationship work, clinging to poor justifications can prolong unhappiness and prevent personal growth. It takes courage to acknowledge when a relationship is no longer fulfilling and to prioritize one's happiness and well-being. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, communication, and shared happiness. Do you find yourself making excuses to stay in a relationship that no longer brings you joy? It may be time to reassess your priorities and consider whether staying serves your long-term happiness and fulfillment. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where you feel valued, supported, and genuinely happy. Blamins are forever, marriages are not. If you are considering a divorce or separation, consult with the compassionate and experienced team at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. Call 855-768-8845 or visit woo.askthelawyer.us to book a consultation. The lawyer you hire does make a difference.
Are you looking for a side hustle as an independent contractor? Are you looking to make extra cash and business opportunities? We have opportunities for graduates from our online Chambers Paralegal program to work with lawyers and other legal professionals in New York State or persons with similar qualifications. We also have opportunities for other chamber businesses in graphic arts and design, creating and updating websites in WordPress, the most popular platform, and other platforms, social media experts in the various platforms, and database experts. There is also a high demand for voiceovers, audio, and video podcast editing in the marketing field, journalists, and other professionals in the services industry who can work in the virtual world for U.S. businesses. Send your resume and a cover letter explaining why you or your business is the right fit for these partnerships to info@myiqinc.com. That's info@myiqinc.com.
In a world where silence hides violence, there's a beacon of hope. Join the Love Life Now Foundation as we stand up against domestic violence in Jamaica. Let your voice be the catalyst for change. Speak out against all forms of domestic abuse within your homes. Domestic violence is not a part of Jamaican culture. Together, we can break the cycle and help victims find safety. Love Life Now Foundation provides hearts and hands to those affected by offering vital resources and get safe assistance. To support our mission to empower victims to become survivors, call 1-876-824-6470. Love Life Now Foundation Jamaica. Together, we can heal. Together, we can make a difference. Stand up against domestic violence today.
The following is a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro and Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
Beware of immigration scams. Stop! Despite the excitement about new White House immigration announcements, it is more important than ever to seek advice from a qualified immigration attorney or an accredited representative about your specific situation. Be patient and take the time to find the right help. Details of how to apply for the new program are not yet available. The wrong advice could harm your chances of staying in the United States, getting lawful status, or becoming a U.S. citizen. Don't be fooled by notarios, consultants, or immigration scams promising immediate results or special solutions in order to steal your money. Many unscrupulous notarios cost more than licensed attorneys. If you are unsure if someone is qualified to help, ask for proof of their credentials and retain a copy of that evidence. Use the American Immigration Lawyers Association Find an Immigration Lawyer search www.ailalawyer.org to find a qualified immigration attorney. Talk to a qualified immigration attorney. Ask questions before making payments and ori peor que notarios who are trying to take advantage of you or your family. For more information on avoiding scams and reporting notarios, visit www.stopnotariofraud.org. If you have any questions, we encourage you to contact our office at the law firm of Figaro and Associates at 855-768-8845.
You just listened to a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro and Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
This show is a production of IQ Inc. Marketing. If you would like to advertise your product or service on this show to the U.S. and Caribbean markets and through our multicultural publications in New York, please call 866-435-3286 or send an email to info@myiqinc.com.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figaro of the law firm Figaro and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoyed the show, which featured immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. 8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.